being here today. You know, a couple days ago, someone reminded me that I've been downtown in business for 25 years. It's been 25 years since I've been operating in downtown Windsor in various places. And if you would have asked me a year and a half ago if I'd be standing up here talking about business downtown, I'm not sure I would have said yes. It turns out that, as many ways in life, the best times you can single out the worst people, but in the worst times the best people step up. And I'm proud to be standing here with the best people that downtown Windsor needs right now to get downtown Windsor going again. With the city administration and especially the BIA that has put in more work than I've seen any BIA down here put in a week than other BIAs have put in 25 years. I'm so happy to be out here to help announce that downtown Windsor is going to be open like it's never been open before. All the shop owners, whether it's retail, whether it's entertainment, are going to be able to be on the sidewalks conducting business in a safe manner. They're going to be out here making sure that people are safe, but at the same time helping getting our economy going again. And I'm so excited to be here and be part of this, that, you know, to see downtown flourishing with the opportunity to flourish because of this. You know, me and my partners have decided to even open up a new business across the street. We sunk all our time and money into opening up what's going to be a revolutionary and breathtaking business for downtown Windsor. We're going to be serving coffee, we're going to be serving panini, gelato, fresh desserts, all kinds of great things are coming to downtown Windsor. And that's because of the excitement and the energy that is happening down here. And we're even going to get to the point soon where we're going to be discussing the possibility of reopening Jurassic Park when the Raptors go back to business in August. And maybe the Maple Leafs, right? And of course, you know, Pat's here and Reno's here and everybody knows all these other great and exciting things that are happening downtown that are not going to be announced today. But there's so much more great things that are happening for downtown Windsor that I know these people and all the people that are down here and all the business owners are so excited about getting back to work in downtown Windsor. Downtown Windsor has always been the place to be in Windsor. It's seen its challenges, it's seen its good days, it's seen its bad days, but I'm excited to be here to help announce that good days are back on the way and everybody is going to be back in business in a safe manner. And we ask everyone, wear your masks, wash your hands, but get out of your houses, come on down here, shop, get a coffee, have a good time, because it's time to get back to work. Windsor, downtown Windsor will be reopening today, correct? Today. So thank you for coming, everybody. It's so exciting to be here. It's so exciting to be back downtown, and it's so exciting to see all of you.
So how desperate were business owners for this day?
You know, it's tough for me to answer that question because I only speak to a few, and I'll tell you this. I'm not so certain that a bar or restaurant opening up 5 or 6 tables or 2 or 3 tables in front of their establishments is going to be a windfall financially. But I know what it is. It's going to start getting people back to normal, right? I'm sure there's a bar around the corner where the owner used to come out every weekend and have a drink with their customers. I'm sure their customers, his customers, and he is more than excited to be able to say hi to his friends. And I think that's the point here. I don't think we're going to go from 0 to 100 in a day, but I think we need to start somewhere. And this is the beginning of coming back to business, and this is the beginning of a resurgence of downtown Windsor, and this is the beginning of a new era for everybody down here, and it's like a reboot for everyone, and thank goodness it's that time.
So can you picture what it's going to look like? Can you sort of describe when all these extensions and everything are going to happen? What's downtown going to look like?
Well, I think that's something more appropriate for Brian to.
I'm going to open this up both. Actually, Reno might want to come in and join in this one too. There's a lot of moving parts, and you know, I can't stress enough that none of this would have been possible without the effort of our administration and the BIA, with our board, with City Council, all working. There's been so many changes along the way, and all the requests that we've been having, the opportunities to talk to our members and see exactly what they're looking for, what they need. We're looking at certain street closures for special weekends, specific weekends, and kind of scattered out throughout the time. And then we're looking at, again, taking over some of these public spaces for retail, for dining, where you can set up tables along the sidewalk as long as you're not impeding walking traffic. there will be a lot of things that we'll be working on, along with making sure that we adhere to the AGCO's rules and regulations as to how you can serve alcohol, how you can consume alcohol. The big changes are going to be how it's going to be laid out and how we're going to be able to set up without major partitions, without walls this high. We want to make it attractive and beautiful for people to come out and enjoy it. You know, have some people set up some cordoned off ropes, some trees and little planters, just to give that an idea of a cordoned off area, but it doesn't have to look like a blockade. And that's what that's the image that we're trying to convey. It's not just a matter of being able to go outside and have drinks and have something to eat. It's a matter of going and having a comfortable space where you can enjoy the company, obviously while social distancing.
The issue, the thing to keep in mind is that this isn't like a street party or like a big street closure when they have special events and parties. The idea of this is really to just get people to feel comfortable coming out to establishments. So, and I think it's exciting because this is something that could be the legacy that lives on well past COVID and this pandemic. Is just sort of, I mean, as you're sitting here with the tables just thrown behind you and just on the sidewalk. As long as people can get by and there's wheelchair access, we should be celebrating the public space and allowing people to use it. And I think it might just be, like Ronaldo said, 2 or 3 tables for some establishments, but it's just psychologically being able to sit at that restaurant and have a meal like you did 3-4 months ago. So, this isn't going to be huge parties. People don't have to worry about crowds and things like that. It's really just about having a space to do and participate and partake, and quite frankly, to support the businesses that need to support and spending money at those restaurants and businesses.
How amenable is administration to closing off streets in the downtown area, for instance, where there may not be space for a patio safely?
We're working on that, and I think it depends, because there are challenges. There's always challenges. There's things like transit. There's things like emergency services vehicles that always have to have those routes open. So there are challenges, but I can say that, the mayor indicated, this is, the summer to try things. And so I think you're going to see that. I think places like Maiden Lane make a lot of sense. Different streets where it's not a main artery for either transit or emergency vehicles. So yes, like why not? Let's try it. Or parking stalls, like the pilot that is happening in Walkerville. We're already moving on 4 or 5 locations downtown as well. So really, at this point, anything's on the table as far as a discussion. And so if it's possible, we want to make it happen, and we want to make sure that the businesses have the ability to take advantage of it.
Can I ask, just, like in an example like this, would it be okay for the coffee exchange to put tables, over there where the bank obviously doesn't need to?
Yeah, I mean, and we're asking for people to be realistic and to be responsible for their tables and their infrastructure. So yes, if it goes down a few, why not? Especially if there's a conversation between merchants, merchants that aren't open at night, for example, who want to allow tables in front of their place, why not? So we're asking people to sort of, work amongst yourselves, be diligent, be responsible, allow for the space for people to get by, and we're okay with that. And this is what we want to see. We want to see it thrive. We've gotten, it's funny because I think we came to a point where we started realizing that all the bureaucratic red tape had gone too far. And now we're realizing that it doesn't have to be so tight. I mean, think of all the liquor restrictions that were on us 4 months ago, where now we can order liquor from restaurants and bars that seemed impossible 5 or 6 months ago and crazy, and now is normal, and the provincial government is saying that might stay that way for good. So we need to get away from the sort of, all the restrictions and regulations and realize that some of those aren't necessary, that people can just work it out amongst themselves.
Is there going to be like an official reopening day, or is it everyone's sort of on their own timetable?
Obviously we're pushing this weekend because there are places we're already open. I think, Lefties at 12:01 yesterday was open and had a full patio, and great for him. And to be honest, I think some people are scrambling. The announcement Monday was we're not going into phase 2. 2 days later, we're in phase 2, and people need to buy stock, activate staff again, maybe change things at home, childcare, those types of things. So I think people are reacting to it. We're hoping that for next weekend, for the holiday weekend specifically, it really is, all hands on deck, and everybody who can be will be open. But I don't think there's any specific one day or time.
We're hoping again. Our big push would be for the big opening would be for Canada Day weekend. We've got 5 days really that we're really hoping to push for and get everybody ready to go. Again, we were all shell shocked when we found out Monday that we weren't going to be opening today. But then when we got the notification on Wednesday, that's I think when everything became very frantic, was because we were not expecting this. We were already kind of prepared. We'd had our meetings and we'd had our discussions. But when it came to letting the public know that this is what we're now able to get going, we weren't ready, because we didn't have that time to prepare like the rest of the region did, like where they were able to get into phase 2. They were told Monday that they could get their babysitters in line, they could get their stock going and so forth. They had 2 days, and during the whole situation that we've been dealing with here, getting stock is a challenge in itself. So to ask for it to be done by every bar and restaurant in the city within 2 days is really a challenge. So I mean, I think it'll be ready to go for next weekend. It'll be the big push.
I just want to reiterate on what Reno said. For the past, I'd say week and a half, we've been communicating / arguing about how this is going to work and what's the process going to be, and how are we going to do this and how are we going to do that. And I can't thank the city and city council and Reno enough for really acknowledging that these are unprecedented times. Never in my business career could I possibly have imagined that someone would say, you know what, man, don't worry about all the rules and regulations like you normally do. Just worry about trying to keep people safe and slowly and carefully reopen your business. That's what we're doing here. We're going to keep people safe, and we're going to slowly and carefully reopen our business. And I'm so appreciative of the administration and the PIA and the city for really acknowledging that that's what this is all about. This is about getting back to normal. And the fact that the administration and everyone is giving business owners the opportunity to do this is unimaginable with the rules and regulations that I've been living with for the last 25 years. It's unimaginable. If you would have asked me a year ago, hey, Ronaldo, you're going to be able to put a table over here and a table over there and bring somebody a drink, I'd say you were crazy. There's no way, right? And now I'm getting people telling me, listen, if there's too many people standing over here, you can put your table over there and just make sure that everyone's safe and they can have their drink. It's unheard of, So really, it's going to be something so special, and it gives everyone the opportunity. Like Reno said, this is our chance to not only be able to take these unique measures and make them work, but if we can safely and responsibly make them work, we're going to get to keep them. Right? We're going to get to keep these measures and continue down the road, whether it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. It will change the face of not just downtown Windsor, but every downtown in every city. And that's one of the positive things that we're looking at by saying, really? We can do all this? We don't need this, we don't need that. To be able to offer that to a customer, because I know all you guys are customers, you guys know, right? There's nothing better than sitting outside of a bar or sitting outside of a restaurant, having a nice meal on a beautiful day. It was so hard to be able to do that a year ago, 6 months ago. We couldn't do it at all 2 months ago. You couldn't leave your house 2 months ago, right? And now we're able to say to people, you know what? Come on in, sit outside. I got a nice table for you. It's clean. I got a menu for you. Have a bite to eat. Say hi to your friends walking by. Pick your 3 or 4 closest friends. Make a reservation at the table. That's what we're going to get now. And we have to do it safely and responsibly, but we have to take advantage of it and be happy that our administration and our city and our BIA is letting it happen. Because like I said, a year ago, forget about it. Somebody sitting out there with a drink, I'm going to jail. You know what I mean? That's what's happening. That is the difference here. I'm losing my license. I'm losing everything I have because somebody was sitting in front of my bar having a drink. Now we're encouraging it. It's a great, and that to me, as a business owner downtown, that is what's special about today, is that we're able to do these things. And that's what our customers have always wanted. So it's a great thing for downtown. It's a great thing for the city. And I think it's a great thing for everybody, especially the business people that have been suffering the most, the small businesses that have been suffering the most over the last 4 months.
I don't think you need the mics. Yeah. You don't need a 6-foot mic.
So what's the procedure with masks? Are everyone who sits at a patio required to wear a mask? And how do you drink a beer if you do this?
They're encouraged to wear masks when they're moving about, or when they're seated with their family or friends. They can take the mask off to eat and drink. But if you're getting up to go to the bathroom, if you're getting up to move about the establishment, they're encouraging you to wear masks.
Oh, I see.
Is
Okay.
there going to be any announcements for closures for this weekend coming? So how soon will the next announcement?
The announcement for the closures will be coming in the next few days from the BIA. Hopefully for next weekend is what we're looking for, and hopefully extended because of the holiday. But stay tuned. As you know, as we said, everything has been happening very, very fast. Pardon me.
It went out at 11:40 today. Told me.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, there'll be more updates as time goes on. But you know, like we said, you know, Monday we weren't in stage 2. Tuesday, Wednesday we were then in it. Yesterday was the official news from the city council. So everybody's playing catch up, but you can expect it next week.